Who are the sponsors of insecurity in this country?
From breaking news to everyday conversations, this is where Nigeria's conversations begin. We track the issues shaping Nigeria and the world today. The world is talking, and we're listening. This is Trends on LJE News.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Trends on LJE News, where we bring you the latest development stories in Nigeria and of course across the globe. My name is Omotola Adeleke. Of course, I'm here with my guest in the studio, Barrister Meme. You're welcome to the program.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. How
was your weekend?
Well,
was it all party, church? How was it exactly?
It was restful.
It was restful. All right. So, of course, we have Esther here too. Esther, how was your weekend too?
Restful as well.
So it was restful. Are you sure?
Very sure.
You don't look like you rested.
How so?
Do you have a confession? All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we also have Faith. Faith, this is the first time Faith is joining us in the studio. Faith, how are you doing?
I am doing very well, very fine. Thank you for asking.
Hope you had a great weekend too.
Absolutely. My weekend was churchful, actually.
Okay, I like that. All right, so let's quickly run through our headlines for this edition of Trends. Talented singer Ifunanya dies suddenly following snake bite in Abuja. Yawata massacre. Suspect to face trial Monday. Federal government promises strong message. Zamfara and Niger communities under siege. 4 killed in Gwagwabe. Police station and church burned in Agwara attack. IPOB declares Biafra-Wide lockdown on Monday in solidarity with Onitsha traders. Presidential aide urges shoot on-site action against vandals targeting federal highways. Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo explains Bible-inspired tattoo as evangelism, not fashion. Kendrick Lamar sweeps big at 2026 Grammys as Nigerian stars miss out. Alright, let's go on to the stories for today. First of all, aspiring Nigerian singer Ifunanya Nwangene has died after a snake bite in her Abuja home, sparking widespread grief and renewed concerns about emergency health care. Nwangene, 26, rose to national attention on The Voice of Nigeria in 2021 and was admired for a unique blend of jazz, opera, classical and soul music. A friend, Hilary Obina, said she had been asleep when the snake bite woke her up. Adding that 2 snakes were later found in the house. Nwangene initially sought help at a nearby clinic, but was referred to a hospital due to a lack of antivenom. He said the hospital had one of the required antivenoms but not the other. Friends said she was beaten while asleep and initially sought help at a nearby clinic before being referred to hospitals that reportedly lacked the required antivenom. She died at the Federal Medical Center in January 31, 2026. Medical experts and public figures have since criticized Nigerians' healthcare gaps, noting that snake bite deaths are preventable with timely access to antivenom. Also, Paul Ibe, media aide to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, music star Ifunanya, not killed by snake. That was what he said, that Nigeria happened to her. Also, the Federal Medical Center Abuja says it made intensive effort to save singer Ifunanya Nwangene and denies lacking antivenom. Quickly, let's watch the video. All right, Barrister Meme, I'm well aware you already know about this story. So because it's trending basically. Do you think this particular event, the death of this young lady, was as a result of the snake bite itself? Because we have individuals and analysts, even the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, his aide, also came out to say it is not even the snake bite that's the problem. The problem is the lack of emergency in our healthcare system. Would you want to agree to that?
Well, I think it's, we all have a responsibility to keep our environment clean. So we all know that our healthcare system is completely on a 0 level. that is well known, but at the same time, as individuals, having living with two snake in an apartment, for me, it actually raised some level of curiosity, because
about the environment.
About the environment,
Okay.
about the it's so many things you can consider. This is very unusual to have, and of course there could be so many things that contribute for you before this kind of can come into your apartment. It's quite very unfortunate to see that. But beyond that, if you want to criticize the healthcare system, that we have always criticized the healthcare system, there's quite a lot we should do as a country, the government should do to improve the healthcare standard. We know that very well. None of our leaders, visit our facilities, healthcare facilities in Nigeria. But it actually raises another issues of keeping our environment clean. I don't want to put that kind of blame on the late singer, but I think it's something that we should also look at for as a people.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister Meme. Faith, we have lots of our political leaders who travel abroad for medical attention and all. Can we trust this crop of leaders to fix our healthcare system?
The entire situation behind this, it's actually very, very sad for the young lady. I mean, she didn't deserve that. Regarding our leaders, I'm quite sure they are aware of the fact that the healthcare system in the country is not to its peak. That way, when they have healthcare challenges, they find themselves traveling out. So they are aware to some extent of how it actually is in the country. I mean, the young lady tried so hard. She took herself to 2 different hospitals. Still, there was no help could be offered to her. So the best way out of this is not just to blame the healthcare system on itself, but we should also advocate to our leaders, our political leaders, to look into this issue, not just in the hospitals itself, but also in the environmental basis. So it also relates to the environment.
All right, thank you very much, Faith. Let's move on to the next story. The federal government will arraign suspect involving the Yawata killings in Benue State on Monday. The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice announced on Sunday. The defendant will appear before Trial Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Abuja following thorough investigations and collaboration by government agencies. The AGF assures Nigerians that justice will be served to send a strong message to enemies of the nation. The statement said, signed by AGF's media aide Kamaruddin Ogundele. It ordered that President Bola Tinubu's administration remains committed to protecting lives and property and enshrined in the Constitution. The Yawata massacre in June 2025 left over 100 people dead, 3,000 displaced, and involved attacks on homes, a market, and a Catholic mission by armed herdsmen. Also, 4 people have lost their lives and several others were injured after armed bandits attacked Gwagwabe in the Nahus district of Bungudu local government area of Zamfara State. The district head, Alhaji Suleiman Marafa, said the attack followed the community's refusal to pay levies demanded by the assailant. The bandit had earlier invaded Karakai village on Thursday evening, firing shots and causing panic, but were forced to retreat after residents resisted. They later moved to Gwagwabe, where they set houses ablaze, killing 4 residents, 3 men and a woman, and also destroying about 50 grain silos and 10 animals. 3 others sustained gunshot injuries and are receiving treatment as of now. Governor Dauda Lawal confirmed the incident, ordered an investigation into delayed security response, and announced plans to establish
camera rolling, light set, sound check, and action.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's program, a program where we get to talk about the daily lawyers dissect legal issues with intent to educate.
This is the perfect space to create professional quality videos, recording news, podcasts, and all media content. With top-of-the-line cameras, studio lighting, soundproof spaces, we provide everything you need for a seamless shoot Our fully equipped studio ensures high-quality production every time. Enjoy a comfortable, air-conditioned environment with professional-grade gear and expert support. Contact us now or visit our Abuja location to reserve your spot.
The assailant stormed the community in the early hours of Sunday, engaging police in a gun battle before overpowering them. Part of a UMC church was also burnt, forcing residents to flee. Police confirmed the attack, noting that no lives were lost. Barrister Meme, in fact, this story is of concern to me. You know why? Bello Turji, popular terrorist, as last week came out to warn people, some communities in this same Zamfara state, that if they don't pay levies, he's going to attack them. And I'm sure our security agencies are also informed, you know, with what Bello Turji said, with the threat he gave to the communities. But yet, these things still happened. Why is this?
Well, why is this has been a question we've been asking over the years. It is very simple, and the recommendation will always be that beyond, you know, running after these attackers, the assailants, the state government should provide a blueprint on how to develop these communities. Like you say, these guys are Nigerians, whether you like it or not. And when you look at the images coming up from what you are bringing up, you see underdevelopment, you see poverty, you see the face of poverty in the midst of abundance. And the issue of security in this country goes beyond protecting the lives of, you know, the citizens with guns and you know, running after the bandits. But beyond that, there must be some level of commitment by the state government, local government, and the federal government to develop these areas, to create jobs, to give the people sense of belongings. But that is not to say that it's a yardstick or it is a reason to carry out arms against the states and to, you know, to kidnap people and to kill people like what Bello is doing. But the question you ask reflects the current situation we find ourselves in this country.
Because Bello Turji came out, he said it's like me coming to announce that I'm going to come and kill you if you don't pay me this amount of money. Yeah. And yet it happened, despite the fact that security agencies are aware that he gave such a threat, and it still happened. What is lacking in our defense system?
You cannot put all of these blames on the security architecture of this country. Don't forget.
You remember there was a delay. Now, it was reported that security agencies delayed coming to protect these people in the community. Now, this is not the first time we've heard of delays. Don't you think there's something in place somewhere?
That is the reason I said that when you look at, if you carry out investigation around all of these things, you find out that it will be practically impossible for the security agencies to comprehensively protect Nigerians in these areas. Now, it is a function of governance. The function of governance in the sense that beyond sending troops to these areas to protect lives and properties, there must be a deliberate effort by the state government. Now, if you ask the Zamfara state governor, or the Zamfara state government, or Bauchi state government, Borno state government, Benue state government, what is the blueprint for the development of this state? What is the blueprint for ICT development? What is the blueprint for the construction of road, housing? All of these things would definitely drive and promote the security.
All right. Thank you, Barrister. Esther, it seems these bandits and these terrorists are overpowering even our police officers. Our police officers now appear weak when it comes to the issue of terrorists. What do you think can be done in this case?
Okay, so I don't think they are overpowering our officers. I just think that they have superior enhancement from the government. Right.
I remember you mentioned the other time that some of these traditional rulers might even be involved.
Exactly, because if you talk about the case of what happened at the time when we had the conversation, you could see clearly that he was involved in that. So
I didn't see clearly. Maybe you saw clearly.
I saw clearly, right? So if you're talking about these polices and the bandits, these bandits, they have some sorts of confidence in them that no matter what they do, they are backed from underneath.
All right. Faith, do you think there's an external powerful, or do you think there are people who are backing these terrorists, giving them this sort of confidence even to face our military officers?
There are, absolutely. It's not something that's not known. It's a known fact. These bandits, they have this kind of autonomy and authority. They have this audacity to do things like this because, just like Esther did say, they believe that no matter what they do, they cannot be reprimanded because they have backing somewhere. They believe so much in what they do. But then again, I also stand with what the president said. There are backgrounds to these things.
Okay.
There are factors, multiple factors playing roles here. We have to look into the community stuff. When I saw that video, what I could really see there was the layout of the environment. Look at where people are laying their heads at night. It's very bad. What is the government doing? There should be mediators at multiple levels to address this.
So you think if governance gets to improve in areas like this, then insecurity to a certain extent will be curbed?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much, Esther. Let's move on to the next story quickly. The Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, has announced a total lockdown across the southeast on Monday, February 2, 2026, in solidarity with Anambra traders affected by Governor Chukwuma Soludo's market closure. Spokesperson Emma Powerful described the protest as voluntary, urging schools, banks, and businesses to remain closed. IPOB said the shutdown is a peaceful response to Soludo's threat on further closure, land revocation, and demolitions, framing it as economic pressure against Biafrans. The group called on citizens to observe the strike lawfully, emphasizing non-violence and dialogue while reaffirming support for the release of their detained leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to go to Faith quickly on this one. Now, Faith, IPOB is saying it's a peaceful one. The sit at home is peaceful. But if we look back to what has happened in the past, people who decide to still want to open shops and come out to, get themselves involved in their activities and all, they eventually get attacked. So if it's peaceful, then why do people still get attacked?
If I were to be a trader, I wouldn't open my store. That's the truth. Because even when the government says there are security officers here to protect them, this is a protest. And for a protest in this country, there are histories of it going sideways. I know.
Now, this is not a protest of everyone going out. Actually, you're sitting at home in solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu. This is what's happening right now. So you think people not coming out because they say sit at home. If you don't sit at home, I don't want to go there. But do you think it's more of intimidation or solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu?
I believe it's more of intimidation than solidarity. The people are scared. They are scared of showing up. They are scared of opening their stores. Even when the IPOB, they've said that it's a solidarity protest for their cause and also to advocate to free their leader. It's also a thing of great concern because this is not something that is just starting. It's been in the background. It's been there.
Okay.
So this is more like an opportunistic way of coming out. Let's use this to advocate for this.
All right.
Multiple things at once.
All right. Thank you very much, Faith. Barrister Meme, quickly, if this is a form of solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu, why don't people who are of the Southeast extraction or Igbos in Abuja, why are they not sitting at home? Igbos in Lagos, Kano, and other parts of the country, if it's a solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu, why don't these people also sit at home?
I've said it repeatedly that the call for sit at home by the IPOB is a misplacement of priority. For me, it is a deliberate punishment to the people of Indebo to call people to sit at home. And like I mentioned the other time, when you ask people to sit at home on Monday, don't forget Saturday is also a non-working day and you have a Sunday. So out of the 7 days of the week, you have just 4 days to work. For me, that is not enough for people, for a poor country, and for people who is self-surviving and without help from the government. So asking people to sit at home in solidarity of Nnamdi Kanu will not in any way bring him out. Rather, and I always say, and until recently, I supported Nnamdi Kanu's clamor for release of Nnamdi Kanu for the purpose of political settlement. But I've never at any point in time supported the agitation for secession. I said it because if you want to make this country work, we all have a responsibility to do so. For Nnamdi Kanu, like I always say, whatever that is confronting him right now, he bargained for it.
So don't you think there's a level of marginalization against the Igbos from what you're saying?
There is, every part of this country is being marginalized. You just showed some part of Borno, Adama, or some other part of the northern part of the country. Can you compare any part of this area with that of the?
So it's not specific to the Igbos.
It's not specific. All part of this country have been marginalized by the leadership of this country. Don't forget.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister Meme. Of course, that's it for today's edition of Trends on LJE. Thank you very much, Esther, for coming around.
Thank you very much.
Faith,
Pleasure.
we appreciate your contributions.
Thank you.
Barrister Meme, of course, as usual, brilliant.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, so to our viewers and listeners out there, make sure to follow, like, and share at LJE on all social media platforms to stay in the loop and join the conversation ahead of our next show. My name is Omotola Adeleke. See you next time. Bye for now.